Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Singapore Grand Prix. I believe this is round 16. I am starting to lose track. This is SF1 Roads in the comms booth this evening to bring you guys the race here for GP2 this evening. And a little bit of spice is going to hit these guys' way. I was told pre-stream that it is going to be a wet race. As we can already see, there is rain starting to fall already, so I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to come out and try to get a lap done on these soft compounds before the track starts to slicken with the rain. See if these guys can get around before that happens. If you can guys tell, I'm still battling somewhat of a cold, so I do apologize. I'll try my best to get through the stream, even though Singapore is legend in itself. It is the longest race on the calendar. I believe these guys are going to have 33 laps to contend with this evening, and it's going to be extended and make it even tougher on these guys because it's definitely, from what I heard, going to be full wets at the beginning. There might be a possibility of inters come the end of the race, but we shall see. Let's jump on board. Who's going to be the first one to start their lap? This evening it is going to be the Renault driver, Phil. Phil is first out on track, so we're going to stay on board, take a hot lap with Phil. Yes, rain is starting to come. Let's see if these guys can get their laps in before it's done. We do have a car sitting in the pits. I believe that is Croce that's going to wait this out. But Phil starts his lap coming in to turn 1. Stupid Xbox froze for me. It says SF1 Senna, so Phil goes into turn 1. Easy on the curbs there because I can wash the back end of the car out. Coming up to turn 3. Take this as smooth as possible, easy on the throttle, don't want to hit the outside wall. DRS is open for him. Coming up to the next turn, you can take that curb, plant it right in the center of the car. It looks like, I don't know if the rain is starting to bother these guys or not, or if Phil's just battling a little bit of understeer. A can of Foster's before we race, so I suppose SF1 Senna saying, hey, sometimes an adult beverage before a race is safe, even though I don't know about that. Just kidding, I would know about that. Phil goes deep into that hairpin. DRS for the second time. New DRS zone this actually for the season. I didn't even know about it until I did time trial. Turn. I think the track is starting to slicken up just a bit, so Phil might be on for a surprising good lap here. If he can put the right time on, he could sneak a pole this evening in that Renault. A couple guys failing to get into Q3 here. SF1 Senna, we already mentioned being one of them. His Xbox froze and kicked him out of the lobby. By the time he joined, he didn't have enough time to put a lap in. Phil's going to cross the line with 139.8. Looks like Devlin's going to cross 38.6, J-Mel 37.7, hunting for that championship with SF1 Senna. Looks like post flag gets 39.3. Let's see who else is going to be in. We got the legend who goes a 38.6. Good showing from the Mercedes team, who are currently still leading the combined championship. Lucky goes a 38.6. Zolo, where's dinner at? SF1 Carlos is going to cross the line. Where's he going to put? I think he invalidated, or that was his out lap. Evening, Rabo. Now, I will mention something, guys. I did not get to the tables this week just because of how busy my work schedule was. It's the holidays. What can you expect? But I do actually have the points update, and I can read that off to you. Let's see how SF1 Carlos gets on his lap here. Carlos looks like he's holding onto the car. We have sector 2 and 3 yellow. Looks like a couple guys stacking up into that corner. Oh no, SF1 Carlos has lost it. End plate is gone, so that's going to be him. He's going to have to go for a one and done here. If he can spin the car around and put it right into the wall. He does have a Ferrari coming up quickly. He's going to have to get out of the way. I think hopefully, no, Croce's on an out lap, so that's good enough for SF1 Carlos not to get a penalty for impeding on a hot lap. Let's take a look. Zolo has invalidated his lap. Croce is on an out lap. I believe everybody else is on their way into the pits. Is Lucky going for another one? No, he's on his way to the pits as well. So, Zolo, and where is Croce? Croce is going to be the next guy to start a lap. Yeah, so we're going to jump on board with Croce. See what time the Ferrari driver can put in this evening. Rain is still falling. Doesn't look like it's affecting the track too much as of yet. Although I do see some rather slick areas. But I will mention one thing, ladies and gentlemen. My wife and my daughter will be home. And when they do come home, you'll have to pardon me for a second because I am going to say hi and greet them. And then I'll be right back with you. They're not home yet, though. Just keeping my eye out. Watching Croce here on his hot lap. The track, I think, is starting to slicken a little bit. Although Croce's taking this lap pretty well. Postglad has retired. So that means a good indication that the rain is going to hit here hard. Croce goes purple, but that is, I believe, personal best as he hasn't set a time yet. Can anybody have a last-ditch effort to try to get near that 37.7 set by the Mercedes driver JML? Hart Legend has retired from P4. Postglide retiring from P5. What time can Croce get into? I wonder if the track is affected. Croce is going to come up to a 39 and he loses traction. Spins out of the last. Still gets P7 though with a 140.4. Finishing a lap in style. See if Zolo can get his lap in onto the books. He is really fighting the car. Let's take a look. Around the last turn, is he going to do what his teammate did? No, he hangs onto the car just, but invalidates his lap, unfortunately, so that's going to be done. SF1 Carlos is going to give it another go on a new set of softs. He does have third dinner just ahead of him, weaving back and forth, trying to get a little bit of temperature into these tires. Temperature on the track definitely going to be dropping with this rain that's showing up. Now, with this being a wet race, you have to wonder, I know a lot of guys come into Singapore carrying a lot of speed, especially in GP2. Have any of them practiced for the rain that's inbound? My hopes they have, because Singapore typically is a 50-50% chance that you're going to have either a dry or a wet race. See if anybody else is going to give it a go. Third dinner is going to give it a go. We have, I think Croce's on an in lap. He definitely is. His teammate is on an in lap as well. He's also invalidated his in lap. So stay on board with these two that are going to give it a go. Phil has retired from P6 in the pits. Settling for P6 this evening. Will that stand, or will third dinner or SF1 Carlos have a say at it? I don't see any. Oh, there's the rain. I was going to say, I don't see any rain. It's a wet race. It is, bro. Full wet race. So, third dinner starts his lap in that McLaren. Invalidates right away, so that's going to be him over with. JML's retired from the session. I believe that he's feeling pretty comfortable sitting P1 right now. Possible pole position for the Singapore Grand Prix. Croce has retired from P7. Dinner's still pushing. However, Carlos is still pushing as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife's home. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Like JML does hold on for the pole position here at Singapore Grand Prix. Lucky 13, the kind of pace I'm recognizing from him, or I'm used to seeing from him. Puts himself on P2, Devla P3, Kart Legend P4, Postglad P5. We have Phil P6, Croce P7, Third Dinner P8, Zolo P9, and SF1 Carlos is going to start this race P10. So it's definitely going to be a race to watch. Now I'm going to take a look and give you guys a rundown. Once we load up, I don't have the tables to show you, but I do have the points on hand on my phone. I can give you guys a rundown of the championship so far. Let's wait for that rain that's going to be on the screen. How heavy is it going to be? It is going to be massively heavy, and for some reason, there's a Mercedes sitting in the paddock. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a rundown of the GP2 championship points so far coming into this round 16. We have SF1 Senna in that Alfa Romeo still leading the championship. However, JML did get closer last week with a win. SF1 Senna sitting on 348 points. JML in the Mercedes sitting at 327 points. Running down the rest of the table, SF1 Evil in the other Alfa Romeo holding on to third. Bill in fourth. Livid Opossum is fifth. Devla is sixth. Lunimu is seventh. We have Rashi in eighth. Becker is ninth. Wiffy Winner not here this evening in 10th. Postglad 11th. We have Fatal Defiance in 12th. Croce is in 13th. Moving on up since joining that Ferrari team. Lucky sitting 14th. Legend 15th. Third Dinner 16th. Zolo sitting 17th. We have Steel, who's not here this evening, sitting in 18th. Phil 19th. Brand new Renault driver. I'm sure he's going to climb that table. And that is going to do it for the points, if I can actually speak this evening. But look at that rain. Let's take a look. I don't have the tables. I can show you guys. It's definitely going to be full wets. Let's look at race director. All those full wets. It's going to be a crazy race to begin with. Usually the longest race on a league calendar. It is definitely going to be extended by another 10 to 15 minutes due to the rain, and it's heavy rain too. So these guys are all going to have a bit of a problem. But I can give you guys the rest of the rundown as we missed Q1 and Q2. Rashi in P11. We have Becker P12. SF1 Senna starting this race. Championship leader in P13. Fatal Defiance is 14th. Livid Opossum is 15th. Phantom is reserving this evening for the Haas team, the Ferrari GP3 driver. So his name is now going to be dubbed BRL Mick this evening, like Mick Schumacher. And Bill, for some reason, was kicked out of Q1 and now put at the very back of this grid. So he's going to start P17. We're going to wait for these guys to give it a go. And when you guys are ready, we'll be ready. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. And the countdown has now begun. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready because I am ready. I typically love this race, and it is going to be even more treacherous now with that rain falling. All drivers on heavy wets to start this race. Let's see how they get on with the formation lap. 17 drivers are going to start this race. I know there's 16 on that ticker right there. One of them lost connection during the lobby. That looks beautiful. Let's get rid of that mini map, shall we? But full wets, I'm not going to bother showing the tire compound. We know what it is, especially with this condition. JML is going to start this race at the lead. Can he hold on? Has he practiced enough for this kind of condition? All in a matter of time, we're going to find out. So my other question is, 17 drivers are going to enter this race. How many are going to come out of this finishing? And how many are we going to have casualties tonight? Travis, thank you so much for the follow. See how these guys get on through this evening. It just looks so much better when it's raining out. Cars have a little bit more of a shine to it. It might also be because it's Singapore. Is Becker in his car? I believe his car is ghosting, so he won't be able to take control of his car until the start of the race, or just after it, which might be a benefit because otherwise he might have a little bit of an incident. Our championship leader, what kind of race can he have this evening? Seems to always find himself in situations like this where he's got to fight from the back of the pack to get up front. Although while that's happening, JML is starting to inch closer to him in the championship standings. So no pressure, no pressure indeed for the Alfa Romeo driver this evening. Stig in the chat. Stig, what is going on? He is mad that it is raining in GP2, so that means it might not be raining in GP1. A couple guys on the naughty step, it looks like. Lucky put himself on the naughty step. Phil started on put himself on the naughty step. That is going to impede on their temperatures in those tires. That's a wet race on full wets. You want the temperature as much as you can get on this formation lap. So those two drivers will definitely have to be a little cautious at the beginning of the race. This man, can he bag a win this evening and bring himself that much closer to his rival SF1 Senna in the championships? We have a prediction. Full wets the whole way through, stopping at lap 15. 31 laps. I thought it was 33 laps. My apologies. I was too off. That's pretty close. They all start to run together after you stream so many races. JML rounding the final corner to line up on the grid spot. Here you see the guys on the 90 step, Lucky and Phil, waiting it out. Phil rounding the last couple corners here. Let's see what the GP3 reserve driver Phantom can do in that lone pass seat this evening, filling in for Lunimu, whose net completely blew up from what I heard. So unfortunate for Lunimu. Hopefully he can get himself back in very soon. It looks like everybody's just about lined up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this race on its way. A wet weather Singapore Grand Prix awaits these GP2 drivers. Give me a better camera angle than this. There we go. Waiting for those 5 red lights here. Under the lights, 5 are lit, and we are go, go, go for this Grand Prix. Couple guys having a little bit of an inch start. Look at everybody moving off their grid spot. Coming into turn 1. If they want to show it to me, JML holds into the lead. Oh, there's a collision. There's a big collision. Big collision indeed. A lot of guys are tangled up in that. And I don't know where that has is coming from. I think that's Lucky. What has happened here? JML leading this race. We have a Ferrari into the wall there. Battle here for the Renault and the Ferrari. Lucky has retired from the race. What has happened? Is that going to give us a virtual safety car or a safety car? Let's keep an eye out. We're going to have a full safety car already. It's not even lap 1, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we have Third Dinner missing in his entire front wing on that McLaren. He's going to have to pit. There's some jittering happening from the Williams driver. I believe that is Becker or that is Rashi. I can tell by the color, don't know. So this is going to help a couple guys that have damage to, box for a new front wing and a new set of wet weather tires, which are going to be a full wet set. And I believe, no, the Alfa Romeo, that is SF1 Carlos, doesn't have any damage. Yeah, very, very interesting start this was. There's our championship leader, no damage feet posted. JML leading this race is going to pick up the safety car. And Croce gets a 5-second for severe collision with Kart Legend. Get you guys the Delta back up. Croce getting that penalty here. How many guys are going to have to box for damage on that front wing? His throttle went flat out, couldn't take it off. That is crazy. In that instance, I would pause the game and unplug your steering wheel and plug it back in. I've had similar things like that happen before, where my throttle wouldn't work and I'd have to pause the game and turn it back on. So unfortunate for Lucky this evening, starting the race P2, early crashing out. Kart Legend 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. How many guys are dying from the pits? Legend's into the pits. Carlos. Third Dinner's into the pits, definitely, for a new front wing. Is that going to be the only 2 guys that die from the pits? It looks like that's going to be the case. There's see the McLaren getting a new front wing. Will be on his way out now. He's gone to the intermediates, though. Let's get this tire detail up. Third Dinner has gone to the intermediates. I wonder if it's a little too early for that. Bravo St. Bill from 17th to 10th. Lucky in the chat, my throttle got possessed. I'll put down and it just stuck there for start. And now my Delta's all sorts of wacky. It's put Third Dinner up front. We know this man is leading the race behind the safety car. Osblad having one heck of a start. Puts himself in the P2. Phil in P3. What is going on back here? There's some moving going on. Some contact possibly between Croce and Carlos. Not sure. I'll have to keep an eye on that post-race. They shouldn't be out too long. Probably another lap from the safety car, and then it will be pulling in as Legend and Dinner catch the back of the pack. Now, I want to take a look. Third Dinner did box for the intermediate, so it looks like it's way too early for that. I'm actually going to jump on board with... Let's jump on board with Rashi. Yeah, looks at that, it's definitely, I think, way too early for... There's a couple guys running AI. Zolo's running AI, and I believe Postglad is AI for some reason. Not quite sure what that is about. I think they're doing it so they don't get a penalty. And there's an end plate missing off somebody, not sure who that came off of. Let's take a look. Wasn't off any of these. Wait, is that JML who's missing an end plate? Decker gets a 5-second severe collision with Devla. 16 rounds into the season, you think these guys would know how to follow the safety car and each other. I'm trying to take a look to see whose end plate that might have been. I'm not seeing anybody's. Is that Phil's end plate that's missing? No. Is it Solo's? No. Might have been just one laying on the track that somebody picked up. So Croce has a 5-second. We have Becker who has a 5-second, I believe, and Legend, I believe he has a 5-second stop-go for speeding into the pits. And we already have our first casualty, unfortunately for Lucky. As you guys saw in the chat, his throttle stuck on like a possessed throttle, and unfortunately that saw him DNF from this race. So it was JML's end plate that's missing now. Interesting. I didn't. How would he take that off during a safety car? I would thought that my usual legend of a guy, Harrison, was going to be here to comms with me this evening as co-comms. However, I will say that man is busy playing Call of Duty right now. So if you guys want to go over and tell Harrison that he's lazy, and tell him I told you. Yeah, Raph, early safety car, super early safety car, lap 1 safety car, actually half a lap in safety car to be exact. It's like we're just waiting on dinner to rebox for a set of wets. I think he might have had a little slip on the thumb there when he was selecting his tires. He should collect the back of these guys at the end of this lap, and he should be going back to green flag racing. What I needed. I was expecting it, to be honest, Lucky. I was keeping my eye out. I know the pace you carry around this track. I've seen it. I've been beaten by it. Right on board with the man who is trying to put a lot of pressure on SF1 Senna. He is now following the safety car currently. Should be in this lap. It looks like Dinner's catching this pack pretty quickly. Let's jump on board with Dinner. Yeah, he's going to have the back of him real quick. Safety car should pull in this time around. Taking a look at everybody else. Gotta keep your head down. SF1 Senna's car is bouncing like crazy. I think I have a gear glitch on him. I do. One of the most annoying things as a streamer. The forbidden gear glitch. And if we have any new viewers that don't know what I'm talking about, just have a listen. That is the gear glitch. On board now. Just waiting for race control to let us know they have its safety car is going to be in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Can Postglide pounce on the damaged front wing of JML? What kind of start can Phil have here? Zolo, we usually always go with P4 at the restart. Let's jump on board with the Ferrari driver. See how much JML is going to backstack these guys. Richard, thank you so much for the follow. Do appreciate it. JML looking like he's stacking just a bit. He's gonna give it a go. I think he's teasing a couple of these guys in the back behind. Becker gets another 5-second for another severe collision with Devla. JML pulls away now. Is he gonna go into the pits? He is. He's gonna die for the pits. So is Postglad. So that's gonna leave Phil to take the lead of this race. Solo in P2. I wonder why these two are boxing. Are they going the intermediates right away? They are. They're moving the intermediates. A lot of guys are moving the intermediates. So Phil's going to take the lead of this race, inherit it, but he's going to stay on the wet compound. So the intermediates are coming into play a lot quicker than we thought they were. I believe Postglad pipped JML in the pits for not, because JML got a new front wing. It's all kicking off. It has gotten interesting already here at lap 5. Still a long, long way to go for these drivers. Concentration is going to be keys. We have Zolo getting closer and closer to that Renault just ahead of him. And it looks like Phil's struggling just a bit on those wet compounds. I wonder if these guys are going to die for the pits. We have Livid, who's made his way through the pack, staying out on the wet compounds, made his way up to P3. We know the kind of pace Livid carries. He's already won a couple of races this season. Can he attack the track and get himself closer? I wonder if this will be like Turkey in actual real life racing, where they were given DRS under intermediate conditions. If all drivers are in the intermediates, we'll see. Wonder if the game replicates that. That would be interesting. You have Senna getting closer and closer to that racing point. See if it is intermediate time. It definitely looks like it could be intermediates. Senna's thinking about making a move. He's gonna put it in the inside. Bill gonna push him wide. Close. Bill's gonna give him the outside. And Legend, what has happened to Legend? Severe collision. What is going on here with Legend? Possum gets a 5-second for speeding in. Legend, what is going on here? I think he's having a little bit of trouble with those wet compound. He's gonna almost spin the car out. His teammate just behind him. Legend's gonna dive into the pits. Senna dives into the pits. Third Gender gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. So unfortunate for him. He actually put on the intermediates his first initial pit stop, then reboxed in a safety car to put in wets back on. So who's going to take this to the Maxfield leading this race, opting to stay out on a wet compound. He's going to be bleeding time though to Postglide, who's on the intermediates. Bill staying out on the wets. Rashi is going to try to attack him on those intermediates. JML's just behind. Zolo holding on to P6, does have a time penalty. SF1 Carlos in P7. Luck hasn't fallen his way. Last couple of races, DNFing from both, I believe, the Belgian Grand Prix and the Italian Grand Prix. Keep an eye on these guys battling. JML finds his way up to P4. He has Rashi just ahead of him. You guys hear that in the background? That's my daughter. She's having a good old time. She's sitting next to me watching this race happen. Rashi doing really well to hold on to P3. Has one of the fastest drivers on the grid just behind him. Is he going to look for it? No, JML's going to hold behind. It'll be interesting to see the battle is. Well, all of these times these guys are battling, they're going to start losing ground to Postglide, who's got a clear track ahead of him. Can't push the car a little bit further. What has happened? Bill's out of this race. Let's jump on board with Fatal Defiance. See what happened. He might have just outbroke himself here. Yeah, he has. Clipped the curb and gone straight into the wall. That's unfortunate. We're going to have another safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Second safety car of this evening. This is going to be one crazy finish to the race. I wonder if these guys will stay out so long that it's going to dry up and they're going to be on dry compounds eventually. As Devlin gets a drive-through for speeding under pit car conditions. That is unfortunate. So back under safety car. And the conditions look like it still is raining, and it's raining kind of sideways. But let's give you guys an update on the penalties, shall we? Has a 5-second. Pivot has a 5-second. Devla has a drive-through. Becker has a 5-second, and Third Dinner has a 5-second. And he just served it, so he is cleared. Go back to the positions. Bill has left the session. That is unfortunate. However, I think he was the host of the lobby, so be a little interesting. Hopefully this lobby holds. Squad picking up the safety car here for the second time this evening. Concentration already starting to, I think, attack and frustrate some of these guys. Guys are wondering, I'm just trying to relax the voice a little bit, waiting for that chaotic restart that we're gonna have. Just like warming those tires now. I think we have improved, and Living Opossum's going to dive into the pits. I'm not sure what for. Let's stay on board. This might prolong the safety car a little bit longer. He is going to serve his 5-second stop go and put on a new set of intermediates. Now, depending on what kind of, I'd say, abuse you're putting on these intermediates, I don't know if they'll make it to the end. And if they do, you're going to have some major tire management. And I think that's going to set things in motion. Dinner. Are these guys going to fight each other on the... Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So when will this restart occur? Can these guys catch the back of the pack before the lap is over? Where is Postglad? Sitting P1 on, I believe, the second two. I believe the safety car will probably be in this lap. You can see Possum and Dinner catching him. Yep, there it is from race control themselves. Safety car is going to be back in this lap. So this man is going to be the next to shine on our restart camera. See how well Phil gets on. Followed with this Renault driver. It is pretty... It looks like some of the parts of the track are actually a little bit more dry than some of them. We'll have to be careful going underneath that tunnel, though. Looks like it's starting to dry out just a bit. See how much Postglad puts in the back in. Doesn't look like he's gone yet. He definitely is gone now. Has he gone too early? Becker gets a 3-second for multiple warnings. Oh, they've gone early! See how Phil gets on. He's right there. Is he gonna look for a look here in turn 1? He's gonna hold behind the Mercedes. Go 50. Has to correct it. Jump on board with this man battling to the lead. Rashi almost spins out. He's gonna go side by side with the Mercedes driver into turn 3. They make a little bit of contact. Rashi's gonna hold on. Ooh, that was close. Phil's dropped behind Zolo. Rashi holding on to P3. Is he going to have a look on JML for P2? No, he's not. Solo and Phil still fighting it out. SF1 Carlos is going to have a look out at the Ferrari driver. Patience is a virtue at this track, waiting for an opportunity to pass. JML now gearing up to the back of that AlphaTauri. Postglad, Rashi, and P3. Keep my eye on the battles going down through. We do have a close one, Fatal Defiance and Devla. It's all just a single file tail right now. Can SF1 Carlos make it around the Ferrari? I know this driver typically likes the rain. We have a safety car in sector 2 and 3. What's that for? down the pack. What's that dinner? I'm not quite sure who that was for. Just missed it. J-Mal now on the back of that AlphaTauri. Is he going to have a look coming up to the start-finish line? J-Mal sets the fastest lap of the race with a 2-minute mark. Devla dives into the pits. Keep an eye on the battles going on, though. Everybody is on an intermediate compound. I wonder if they're going to allow them to have DRS. With this game, I don't think they do that. Devla, or not Devla, J-Mal thinking about it. Not close enough for a move just yet on that AlphaTauri. Jump on board with Rashies. He's following these two for the lead. As you can tell, J-Mal really wants to have a go and get around, because all the while these guys are battling, Rashies coming back into the talks. Jump on board with Postman. Look at his rearview mirror. It is full of that Mercedes right now. Rain is starting to lighten up, though. Oh, there's almost contact there. I believe Host Squad missed a gear that allowed J-Mal to pull right up onto his gearbox going through the tunnel now. It's a tricky part. You have to keep yourself focused through there. It is a bit dry in there, I believe. There's a bit of a bump there. J-Mal goes deep. Oh, I think that was a lag spike. J-Mal gets the fastest lap. Was there a car? I thought the car went really wide there. Didn't quite see it. Phantom sets the fastest lap of the race so far, the 158.3. So the GP3 reserve driver putting on a show this evening in that lone Haas car. Dubbed BRL Mick Schumacher this evening. Take a look now at the lead. Is J-Mal going to have a look against that AlphaTauri? Just trying to get back behind him. J-Mal, I think he's going to try to hold for the inside. No, he's going to back out of it again. Not for the lack of trying. He is trying to make a move on Postclad. Postclad doing everything he can to maintain the lead of this race. Postclad goes a bit deep. It's going to allow J-Mal right next to him going into this turn. Third Dinner gets a 3-second time penalty. Ooh, J-Mal picks the car. Sector 2 yellow. Third Dinner is retired from this race. Third safety car of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Third Dinner has left the session, so unfortunate for the McLaren driver, not able to finish this race this evening. Bit of trouble at the beginning, just seemed to stay with him throughout the race. Devla, that's going to give him a chance to catch back up to these guys. Really do wonder if any of these guys are going to die for the pits and put on a new set of intermediates, or if they're going to opt to stay out. I guess we will find out in a moment's time. J-Mal near the pit entry. See what the leader does this evening. He is going to opt to dive into the pits for a new intermediate compound. Postclad's going to do the same. Rashi's going to do the same. Zolo's going to do the same, but really goes a bit deep. So SF1 Carlos is going to stay out. 6-lap-old intermediates. Croce's going to stay out. Phil re-inherits the lead again. See what happens. Senna's going to stay out as well. Becker stays out. J-Mal's on his way out of the pits now. His teammate overtaking him. I believe that's everybody that's in the pits. They're going to be on their way out as well. Where's Devla? Devla is pretty far behind, so he's got a little bit of ways to catch these guys. new set of intermediates, so he won't have to pit. Jump on board with Phil, who's going to lead this race behind the safety car. Third safety car of this race. I wonder if that's really starting to play into any of these guys' mind. It's just prolonging the inevitable, really. Rain is it's definitely there. It's not, I don't know if the track has improved. Everybody opting for the intermediates right now. I wonder if we will see a dry session at some point. Maybe the last couple of laps, or if it gets heavy again. That'd be something if the rain started torrential again and they'd have to move back to wet compound. Because a lot of those drivers are struggling then. Waiting on these guys. Cesar's taking a nice big drink of water. Devilish should be catching up to these guys here eventually. Wonder if the safety car will be in this time around. We'll wait and see. Where is Phil on track? Might be out another lap here. He might come in, depending on Devla. Allows Devla to catch up to him. Alright, we're gonna keep with these guys for the moment. See if race control lets us go back to racing. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Should be going back to racing in just a moment. What can this man do from the lead, from the restart? Who's going to be our GP3 driver this evening? Race control lets us know safety car is coming in this lap. The RL Mick Schumacher is going to start this race on the hot cam. Restart cam, as I like to do. See what this man can do. He does have Senna, our championship leader, just behind him, so that'll be an interesting battle to keep an eye on. Nice quiet race. Sometimes that's all it takes, and you can find yourself just like Phantom up here in P4. Let's see if Phil tries to go a little early. He's definitely backed off quite a bit, so I think he knows about the restart glitch that's here in Singapore. If you go too early, you're gonna get stopped. Phantom now on his way, pushing for the restart. They are away. Phantom cuts the corner and gets himself a 3-second time penalty for the troubles. And Phil's crashed out from the lead. Ooh, he's hit Phil. That is not the place to. We have Becker who's fallen off too. Becker has crashed out on this restart. Carnage at the beginning of this restart, so Carlos picks up a 3-second time penalty. But he is now leading this race with Prix just behind him. What a restart and a half this has been. We have Senna making a move. Here we go. Championship rivals fighting each other for P4 on the grid right now. Phantom just ahead. Let's jump on board with this too. Oh, Rashi's thinking about making a move. Senna's going to cut back. No, what craziness. Keeping on with this battle, we have Senna fighting with Rashi and that Williams. Phantom doing everything he can, finding himself in the podium spot currently in this race. 14 laps out of 31 laps. Rashi trying to attack that Alfa Romeo. Keeping on board with these guys. These guys are keeping this battle really close. Esteban Carlos now opting to try to bring that lead almost up to a second. Did have it for a second. Phantom and JML going side by side into that turn. Looks like JML just has enough traction to get the job done. Up a position, up to P3. As we have Becker gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. This has not been a dull race to say at any means. I see a dry line starting to take part in this track. You guys can see it too. The racing line, that is. I think some of these guys are starting to battle a little bit of the tracks. We have Rashi, who gets a 3-second time penalty. Pit window is open for these guys on the intermediate compound. Although I think they're trying to keep on them so they can have a free pit stop. I think this track is drying out. We have JML working on the back of the Ferrari driver, Prix. Is he going to have a look on the inside? Pulls out to let him know he's there, but backs out of it. Still see there's definitely water coming from those intermediates, so it's not ready for the dry compound just yet, but keep an eye on it. I'm saying if the rain quits, which it has, it looks like it has. Another 3 laps, it's going to be dry, I think, and it's going to go to a dry compound race. So half of the race was wet, half of it's going to be dry as JML's trying to get around that Ferrari. But Croce doing everything he can to hold on to that position. JML's going to push the car up front. Croce tags the inside wall. Phantom's now having a look at the Ferrari. His team in GP3. Is he going to battle that Ferrari too much? I don't think he will. Although if an opportunity does present itself, he's probably going to make for a pass. We have Fatal Defiance. Something's happened to Fatal Defiance. Becker's going for the medium compounds. He's outbroken himself, or he's gone off to the escape route. We have a move now. Legend. What has happened to Legend here? Missing all of his left front wing, pretty much. Winglets and end plate completely gone. Is that a safety car situation, or is that a virtual safety car? I don't think it is. Esteban Carlos sets the fastest lap of the race with 157.8. He does have a very, very quick driver behind him, JML, 2.2 seconds down the road. Approaching P3, Kart Legend gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane, so when bad goes to worse, unfortunately, Legend not having a good day at the office. In the other battles, Rashi really pushing Esteban Senna. I will say a good indication that dry compounds are going to come into talk here is Rashi's thinking about making a move on the inside of Esteban Senna. Thinks better of it, backs out the last second. Rosberg makes a move around the Ferrari driver. A good indication in this game to know that it is now dry compounds is when DRS, you'll see in the corner of that, says that it is active and it's available for the drivers. Cielo Sector 1, a couple guys already opting to move for the dry compounds. Legend comes out with a hard compound, really battling track, it looks like. Definitely dries. Any second now, you'll see that DRS pop up on the screen. see how these two handle it. There is still spray coming from those intermediates though, so I wonder if it is ready. Part of this track is still a bit damp. Battle for the lead here. SF1 Carlos and JML. No call for dries yet. Wondering who is going to opt to make a move first here in the top leaders. JML sets the fastest lap at 155.9. Turn 1. These two are just leaving the rest of the guys behind. Croce's 4.2 seconds down the road. Zolo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The warnings are starting to pile up. Let's see if these guys keep an eye on the rest of the battles. Zolo right behind that AlphaTauri of Postblad. Will he have a look? Doesn't look like he's going to this time around. She's still fighting with SF1 Senna for P5. Battle of the lead though, still heating up. Email in the rearview mirror of SF1 Carlos as Defiance gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Email having a look, letting SF1 Carlos know that he's there. Carlos locks up just a bit. It's going to allow JML to have a look here. They're going to go side by side. It looks like, no, SF1 Carlos is going to hold on to the... Oh, he's gone a bit wide, I think. JML's overtaken him some on the outside, I think. That was a bit of a move and a half. Too bad that camera was terrible. I didn't see what happened. I think these guys are just going to hold on to each other. Croce's caught a little bit ways back up, though. 3.4 seconds now. JML in the lead. Croce in P3. Phantom P4. Senna's P5. Looks like Senna's starting to catch the back of that Haas, though, for a little bit. Give you guys a rundown of the positions gained and lost so far in this race. SF1 Carlos up 8 positions. We have Croce up 4 positions. Phantom's up 12 positions. Early shout for driver of the day if he can maintain that. Senna's up 8. We have Rashi up 5. Postblad is down 2 positions. Zolo up 1. Livido Possum up 6. Phil unfortunately down 4 after that incident of a little bit of crashing happening at the restart. We have Devla down 8. Legend is down 8. Fatal Defiance is up 1 position. And Becker is down 2. Back to, actually, let's look at the pit stops, because I'm sure there's quite a bit. JML with 2, Carlos with 1, Croce, Phantom, and Senna with 1, a couple of pit stops see these guys on the soft compound once, see how they're getting on. Yellow sector 2. Keeping an eye on anything that's moving back and forth. What has happened to Phil? Phil, it must have been Phil. I think these guys are struggling a bit on the soft compound. As Becker has JML, the leader of this race, starting to catch the back. Yeah, I do believe it might be a little too early for those dry compounds. You can see the difference as Becker's going really wide into the final corners. Keep an eye on some of these battles though. Senna is starting to catch the back of Phantom. Oh, we have a big battle here. Rashi and Postblad. Why did it jump on board Becker? And Livid's coming to this talk. Phil gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. Jump on board with Rashi. While this train behind him that is looking to make a pass for P6. Livet's there, Zolo's there, Postcloud is there. Zolo holds on the inside line. His car wide enough that he can maintain that position. Postcloud almost touches the gearbox of Rashi. This is helping Devla come into the talks of this. Devla having a not so good beginning of this race. Could still bag a good amount of points though. He's starting to catch this pack of these guys fighting. Gap up at the front, 4.6 seconds now. Senna's just behind. Defiance gets a 3-second. Zolo spits the car. The back end stepped out on him. Did catch it though, but now he's going to be a victim to Devla here in a second. A lot of guys moving. Phil's though for the medium compounds. Let's see if is medium compound worthy. Yeah, this pack of cars fighting is ridiculous. Juan Carlos pits. Is it the right time? A lot of guys are starting to come into the pits, though. It looks like we have a Williams that's diving into the pits. A couple guys are going to opt to stay out, though. JML picks up a 3-second time penalty. That might play a huge factor at the end of this race. So Juan Carlos moves to the medium compound. Is he on his way out? He's on his way out now. And he's spun the car out. And I think he's reset the track by accident. And yellow sector 1. His teammate is on his way out. So SF1 Carlos missing an end plate. Is he going to let his teammate through? Teammate sitting on no penalties right now. SF1 Carlos crashes out. We had a nice discussion about this before the race. SF1 Carlos. Yeah, Seaford Joyce is in the chat rooting on the crash from SF1 Carthos. Alright. Senna drive through for speeding under pit lane, so in a matter of an instant it goes from bad to worse for the Alfa Romeo team, as now Senna has a drive-through to contest with. That's giving these guys a free ride. They're going to all dive for the medium compounds. Can Phantom inherit the lead of this race? He's pretty far back, but he's not super far back. Safety car, ladies and gentlemen. We have another safety car. And from what I know, you cannot serve a drive-through under a safety car situation, so SF1 Senna is going to have to be careful. I believe that once it pulls in, he's going to have to dive for the drive-through immediately. Everybody into the pits now. Wonder if they're... Defiance is going for a soft compound to try to take himself to the end. Possibly be about a 7-lap shootout at the end of this race. We'll see, depending on how long the safety car is going to stay out this time. I believe this is our 4th safety car this evening. Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards, Carlos. Manager's not happy right now. Manager is definitely not happy. Becker dives in pits. JML, our leader, dives in for a new set of medium compounds. Croce does the same. Medium set of compounds. Can anybody take the battle to JML? He is sitting on a 3-second time penalty. So we'll see. Post flat on a new medium compound. Phil gets himself a 3-second time penalty. And Phil gets a 5-second now. What is happened. He's going to serve the 5-second. Ten laps remaining of this race, this chaotic race. 4 casualties already. Will we have any more at the end of this race? I have a feeling we might, but JML picking up the back of the safety car. Croce sitting P2. Could be a good race for the Ferrari team. We have Zolo sitting P9. We'll see what he can do from there. A couple penalties to his name as well. But Croce, no penalties. Can he hold on and battle JML for the lead of this race? Legend gets a 3-second time penalty. Legend on 4-lap old hard compounds. Alright, just waiting for some of these guys to catch up, and we'll have a restart. I think it's going to be probably a 7-lap shootout. It just depends on how long the safety car comes out. Where is Becker at? He is behind. No, these guys have caught up to the pack. It's going to be unfortunate that Senna's going to have to dive through into the pits to serve his drive-through. Livid making a bold move and going to the soft compounds. 6 laps, give or take here at Singapore. They can last, but they'll go off pretty much immediately after that. So we'll see if he can manage those tires to the end. Might give him a bit of an advantage towards some of these guys ahead of him. See if the track temperatures start to come up as well. We gotta keep an eye on this man. Can he pull one through for the Ferrari team this evening? Does have a Ferrari teammate just behind him now that I'm actually thinking about it. Phantom just behind him. I wonder if Phantom's going to do that Ferrari team a little bit of favors and try to hold up some of these guys behind him, see if Croce can peel away and try to take the fight to JML. But Ferrari versus Mercedes, something you don't hear in 2020. See, no, safety car's gonna stay out another lap. I wonder, it can't be waiting for Becker. As Legend dove into the pits, put on a new set of medium compounds. I don't know, the more and more I'm thinking about it, Livid might have made the right call, see how long this safety car stays out. We'll have to definitely keep our eye out there. Some drivers to watch at this restart. Definitely going to be JML. See how much he can pull away from this guys behind him. Sitting on those 3 seconds worth of penalties. Croce, can he have a good attack on the Mercedes ahead of him? Phantom ahead. Postglad, man who's had a couple podiums. He's actually won the Italian Grand Prix as well. So can he have another podium to add to the AlphaTauri cabinet this evening? We'll see. Livid just behind on him. Soft compound is going to have a bit more pace at the beginning of this restart than the guys ahead of him. Devla, Carlos has left the session. You can understand why. while we're waiting for these guys to restart, let's give you guys another rundown of the penalty situation so far. JML sitting on 3 seconds. We have Phantom on 3 seconds. Senna on a drive-through. We have Brassy on 3 seconds. Lolo's on 3 seconds. Phil's up to 8 seconds. Fatal Defiance is on 6 seconds. Kart Legends on 6 seconds. And Becker's on 9 seconds. Safety car is in this lap. Let's get this off the current thing. We'll give you guys the tires, and they'll usually that's typically what everybody likes. Who is going to be the man on the restart cam? It is going to be Post Glad. Starting P4. Can Croce have a good run? Phantom, can he have a good run to get himself up to maybe contention to win a GP2 drive? Currently leading the GP3 championship right now with another win last night in his Singapore Grand Prix. So a bit of practice has come, and I think helped Phantom a little bit. Let's see what these guys do on the start. Let's see. Actually, let's jump on board with a different type of camera. JML pulls away now. And he's caught Croce sleeping, I think. Croce's way off now. And here goes Post Glad on Phantom into there. Whoa! Post Glad goes really deep. Had to avoid the Ferrari and the Haas driver. That was a oh no moment, for sure. Got to keep an eye on Livid. He is on the soft compounds though. Post Glad having a look, having another look. Did the whole switchback. Legend sets the fastest lap of the race with a 146.4. Sorry, I'm keeping my eye out in case there's any huge contact happening. Phantom's going to let Post Glad, I think, through. He's not going to battle him too much. Will he do the same to Livid, who's just behind him on the soft compound? Devla is having a look here as well. We'll see when Senna dives through to serve his drive-through. It should be this lap. We have a big pack of people fighting it out here. Into the hairpin. It's never a good place to battle for a position. Hey, these guys are really punchy on this restart. Post Glad now 1.5 separates himself from Croce. I'm sure that the DRS should be available to these guys the last few laps, as long as they keep it clean and we actually don't finish under a safety car situation. Phantom having a good solid race this evening. I think he's earned his name back instead of calling him Mick Schumacher. JML sets the fastest lap of 141.8. DRS not available for him just yet. Devlin's having a look on that Red Bull. Approaching now 3.9 seconds separates himself from the lead. That's out of that penalty situation. We have a look at Zolo and Devla going after it. Becker gets another 3-second time penalty. I forgot how long this streak was usually on a Singapore race. It's definitely been extended this evening for sure. The safety cars in the rain at the beginning of the race. There goes Zolo looking on the inside of that. Oh, there's a piece of an end plate or something back there flying. But Zolo had a look on the racing point and backed out of it. Livid having a look on that Haas driver. He's got to go here soon if he wants the benefit of the soft compounds versus the medium compound. Zolo gets a 3-second time penalty. It looks like Senna has served his drive-through, so it's put him down to P11. Just ahead of the Mercedes driver's Legend. As Devlin's coming into the talks of this race as well. JML is another fast lap with a 141 this time. Gap at the top now, 5 seconds. Can Devla have a look? No DRS yet. Whoa, Devlin! Livid. 26 out of 31. Doesn't look like these guys are close enough. Livid getting closer to Phantom to jump on board with him. That is a weird wing on the front of that Red Bull. I never noticed that. Oh, Devlin tags the wall. Is that an end plate gone? No. He's lucky. He keeps it. Livid trying to get back. Phantom's actually starting to separate himself from that Red Bull a little bit. As Devil is really trying to attack the Red Bull, I wonder if those soft compounds are already starting to go off for Livid. Pushing him a little bit too much at the beginning of the restart. Zolo's coming into the conversation as well. Zolo, though, on a time penalty. I can't remember what it is already. That's how bad. Rashi picks up a 3-second time penalty. I believe that he is now up 6. J-Mel just setting lap after lap, faster and faster as this track heats up with these guys running on the soft compound and medium compounds. Lap 27 now. Laps are winding down. Is Rashi? What's happening to Rashi? Rashi's going to dive into the pits, and Becker's going to get a 3-second time penalty. Where's that going to put Rashi out at? Rashi's going to tag pits now, so that's going to put SF1 Senna up in position to P10. No penalties on his name, but he is pretty far behind. He's got a couple guys close to him. He's really got to push now if he wants to go at some of these guys on time alone. Time penalties. Devlev and Zolo. Contact made, possibly. Just missed it. Caught the tail end of whatever happened. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Livid's soft compounds are starting to go up a bit. JML, 8.3 seconds now. The gap between himself and Don Croce for P1. Postclad's quietly finding his way up to P3. And Croce hold on to that P2. Look at some of these battles going on. It looks like Zolo and Possum are the closest one on track. Besides, Livid is trying to catch back up. J-Mouse hits another fast lap with a 39.2. And Zolo getting himself closer. DRS is now available for these drivers. That is going to help Livid pick up the back of Phantom a little bit closer. He's out of DRS range right now. Postclad will have DRS on Croce. Can he have a good run? Postclad gets himself a 3-second time penalty. That could be huge towards the end of this race. That could be Livid. He could put himself on a podium this evening. Postclad not close enough to make a move on that Ferrari driver. So keep an eye on Livid. He might have made the call on Sentry to put on the soft compounds. He's got to push though if he wants. Oh, he's just tagged the wall. He's just tagged the wall. So that's going to put him out of contention for a podium possibly. That is what I call a commentator's curse. Legend gets another 3-second time penalty. This is going to play out. I have no idea. Because now Devil is going to have a look. I have mentioned this all the time. These guys keep it clean all the time. And just find themselves into those podium positions. This Devil is going to make a move on the outside of that Red Bull. Up to P6. Can he get himself closer to these guys ahead to have a look at the podium? Postclad is within DRS of Croce. Lap 28 out of 31. Laps are ticking down like I mentioned. Phantom having a solid race in P4 on track. JML gets a 3-second time penalty, so he's up to 6 seconds. But he is 11 seconds up the road, so I don't think it's going to worry him too much. I think he's pressing the limits of the track to try to gain that performance out. Post Glad have a look. He's not close enough. I think Croce, no, Croce did not get DRS in the Williams. I was wondering if he would. Let's see if Becker moves out of the way. Becker should be pulling out of the way. Back markers kind of throw off people when they're ghosting sometimes. As Phil gets another 3-second time penalty. Give you guys a look at the penalty situation. Zolo and Phantom have 6 seconds. Postblad has 3. Legend's up to 12. Becker's up to 15. So Devla could get a podium this evening. He's got to push though these last 3 laps. 2.5 now. Am I going to be talking to this man again? I'm telling you. Keeping it clean, especially at tracks like Singapore, this is what can reward you with. Fortunate for Livid, it was in his hands and clipped the wall and it took off his end plate. So he's gonna stick with 7th. He might make a move though. We have Solo working on Phantom. Postglad still running on the back of that Ferrari. Becker gets another 3-second time penalty. Somebody's pulling into the pits. I think it's Becker. I didn't notice who that was. As we have Postglad gonna go for a move on the Ferrari into turn 1. It looks like his job done. Croce's gonna allow him to have that. Croce's gonna stay just behind that AlphaTauri. Phantom really struggling a bit. He does have the other Ferrari just behind him, Zolo. Ferrari having one heck of a race. I wonder if Phantom knows that's his team behind him. And Zolo's going to go for a move on Phantom. Yeah, I think Phantom knew. He's going to let Zolo have that position. Both have a 6-second time penalty to begin with. Ultimate lap of this race. Dev was time behind the car in front. His place either. Bill in the chat, his teammate rooting on Devla. Sector 3 yellow. Not sure what that's for. Keeping an eye on. Somebody has moved. Possibly. Not sure who that might have been for. Can Devla have a good run here? JML leading this race on 6 seconds, but he's up 15 seconds up the road. Nice, calm, quiet race for himself. Legend gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. He's got to be careful. He's getting up there. He could be disqualified from this race. I think it is 25 seconds worth of penalties, and you are KO'd by Codemasters. I can't boot it out yet though. Livid is within that 6 seconds. No, he's not. He's actually a little bit far. Sorry, my math is all sorts of screwy right now. Final lap of this Grand Prix. What a Grand Prix it's been. My voice is completely shot. You see Kart Legend coming out of the pits now. Can Croce hang on to the back of Postglad? 1.3 is the gap. He's not going to have DRS, but he's got to push this last lap. Definitely getting closer to Phantom. Let's actually look at the battle on Phantom, Croce, and Zolo. Both Ferraris ahead of him. That's got to be quite a view for Phantom's look. His 2 teammates in GP2 just ahead of him. Devla looking for another podium this evening. Oh, these two are going to actually battle each other in this last lap. I hope not for... Oh, there's an end plate missing something. Oh, no. Zolo's gone off. And who else has gone off? Phantom's gone off. Becker gets another 3-second time penalty. Never mind that. I'm going to jump on board with this man who's going to pick up the win this evening for the Singapore Grand Prix and bring himself that much closer, if not almost overtake SF1 Senna in the championship standing. JML wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Postglad going to come home second on the track, but I don't think that's going to stand. We'll see in a moment's time. Postglad going to cross the line in P2. Where is that going to put him out at the end? Croce's going to cross, goes P2. Solo. Is Devla close enough for a podium? No, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. So Postglad gets himself a podium again this evening. Devla P4, Zola P5, Phantom P6, Livid P7, SF1 Senna P8, Phil P9. Fatal Defiance is coming up to finish this race. Rashi gets another 3-second time penalty. Fatal stays P10. I believe the rest of the remaining order is going to stay the same. Rashi's going to be P11, Legend P12, and Becker P13. There you guys have it. Let you guys enjoy the celebration. Phantom Driver of the Day. See, that's why I was calling him Mick Schumacher the entire time. Let you guys enjoy the podium celebration. All right, we'll give you guys a rundown of the race results here once they load up for me. Then we'll be on to the podium interviews. So, for the Singapore Grand Prix, JML wins again here this evening, bringing himself that much closer in the standings. Croce P2, Postglad P3 to round out your podium celebration. Devla is in P4, solid drive from him to get himself up to P4. Zolo P5, Phantom P6, Livid Opossum P7, Senna P8, Phil P9, Fatal Defiance P10, Rashi P11, Kart Legend P12, Becker P13. And our casualties this evening, SF1 Carlos, we have Third Dinner, Bill, and Lucky 13. Alright, let's move on into these podium interviews. See if I can find these guys. Oh, jeez. Talk us through it. That was one heck of a race, starting in full wet condition onto the intermediates, keeping it rather clean, battling some of the guys who were ahead of you. I mean, four guys were battling quite a bit. And then the dry compound thing, and you got lightning fast, as well as piece cars throwing into the works. Just give us a rundown. Post Glad, take it away.
My brain hurts. I'd love to know what happened off the start, to be honest, because before the start-finish line, I went from 5th to 2nd. That was quite spectacular. JLM, just too much pace today. Couldn't keep up with him, man, to be honest. Man's in a class of his own around there, but, well, at least he ended up being. But, no, I noticed he had wing damage off, I think it was the first safety car, so I took the net lead of the race, which, I'll be honest with you, I was going to put food in the oven because I didn't expect to get past lap 3. So I'm happy I didn't cook. But no, great racing all round. The penalty was... Do you know, a lot of people like moan about track limits. The penalty was absolutely my fault. Don had a bad run out of turn 3. I was like, right, I'm getting you here. And I just deliberately rode over the curb. I don't drive... I've done it. I don't use that line. But... No, he put up a great fight. Shout out to Phantom as well. That was a great battling earlier. before obviously I managed to get past him. But no, I ended up having pace. I mean, it was carnage up and down. I mean, I was literally just thinking, is there going to be more than 2 finishes? That's why I thought if I sit in P2, I'm guaranteed second. But no, great racing for everyone. Don put up a huge fight as well, so shout out for him as well. And obviously kept it clean, so grabs the 18. But no, I never expected to be anywhere near this podium, I'll be honest. Not in a million years.
Yeah, it was a solid race this evening, especially. I was wondering if you were going to hold on to that podium too, 3 seconds, because Devlo was just behind, but didn't make it work. Livid was within a shout, but then he clipped the wall and took his end plate off, so that kind of ruined his race to have a go at it. But I mean, solid race this evening, post-glide. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much, buddy. I'm going to head off and put my feet up, I think, for a bit, because that's ruined me.
The same.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. I'll head off. You take it easy, man. Thanks for streaming. Legend, man.
So we're going to move it on to P2. Croce, solid race this evening. Another kind of keeping it clean, kept yourself and your nose, facing forward compared to some of these guys this evening. Fighting the rain, diving in for the intermediates, and then finishing under the dry compounds with those 4 safety cars. It was a long race. So job well done keeping your focus and your concentration. Give us a rundown of your race.
Long race is an understatement. And I'm sweating right now. Yeah, it was really good. Kept my nose clean. I almost lost it on lap 1. I just kept out of the wall because I think my race would have changed if I hit that wall. But yeah,
I think I did see that in the background actually, because I did see the Ferrari go wide.
I was just, it was horrible, but yeah, I kept out of the wall. And yeah, just kept it clean, no penalties. I was 1 warning away from a penalty. So obviously having the pressure from Post-Glad and Phantom and all the guys behind me, it was tough going, but yeah, enjoyable race. Hard, but fun.
Yeah, I'm glad to see. Well, that was actually probably one of the craziest races so far this season for you guys.
It's just after every safety car, it's like, oh man, come on.
Yeah, no, but congratulations, Croce, on your P2 this evening.
Is that it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. I don't think JML has a mic. I don't think I've never been able to interview him, so I'm just going to send off a congratulations to him for his P1 dominant performance this evening, getting himself another win closer to SF1 Senna on the championship battles. Where are we at next week? I can't even remember.
Russia.
All right, Croce helping me out there, but we'll catch you guys next week on GP2, same time, same channel. We'll see you guys at Sochi Grand Prix, or otherwise known as Russia. Make sure to tune in and watch these guys battle out on track to see if Post-Glad, Croce, and JML can carry their luck over next week. But until then, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. This SF1 is signing out. Good night.